Hi everyone, my name is Jamie. Today I'll be talking about what's on my desk setup. Having a nice desk setup is very important for your productivity. As someone who spends many hours of a day at my desk, I have put quite a bit of focus onto it. And now that I've been in lockdown for the past few weeks, I spend a good 12 hours a day here. Starting off with the real star of the show, and that is my MacBook Pro 15-inch. This is the powerhouse of my desk setup, and it's an absolute beast for anything that I do. It absolutely churns through my 4K footage. It's great for some productivity and some study. I feel a bit guilty owning a MacBook Pro because I'm not using it to its full potential. I mainly only use it for a bit of web browsing and a bit of word processing, and maybe a little bit of editing of 4K footage for this YouTube channel. This laptop is in the silver colorway, and I really love the silver finish, and it shows wear and tear far less than the space gray models. In terms of the peripherals that I use the Apple Magic Keyboard and the Logitech G502 Proteus Spectrum mouse. In terms of the Magic Keyboard, it's a pretty nice keyboard, and I've been switching through a couple of keyboards over the past couple of years to find the perfect keyboard. Before this keyboard, I used to use the Keychron K2. It was a great wireless mechanical keyboard for Mac and PC, but the real problem which I found with it was that it was pretty loud, especially with the blue switches. Whenever I was typing on a Zoom call, people would get pretty annoyed and distracted because of me. I'd just be clacking with my loud keyboard. It also was pretty distracting when I was trying to write an essay or study because the keyboard was pretty loud. So that's why I switched to the Magic Keyboard. The Magic Keyboard is pretty overpriced at $100, but its typing experience is very nice. The typing experience on the keyboard is very crisp, it's well built, it's a great Apple device, and it just works. In terms of a mouse, I'm using a gaming mouse for my productivity and some study work, but it's also very effective for this use case too. It's got 11 programmable buttons, so you can program it to various macros. I like to use it to control my media controls like my music, and also switch desktops, and also change the volume, which is pretty useful for my productivity. But I think there are lots of other productive macros that you can put on this too. It also has RGB lighting, which you can customize in the app. Speaking of the app, you can change the DPI and other cool settings in the app, giving you lots of customizability. My only real complaint with this mouse is that it is wired, and it does detract from the look of my desk setup, and it doesn't look clean and minimal. But it is quite a bit cheaper than the wireless lightspeed version of it, and the cables are hidden most of the time anyway, and I don't really notice them. In terms of what's holding my laptop up, I'm using the Rain Design M stand. This is a great stand for holding your Mac up. It matches the design aesthetic of all of your Apple products, and it looks really clean and minimal. It's made of a solid piece of anodized aluminium. What I love about this stand is its benefits to your ergonomics. It rises your laptop up to eye level, so you don't have to crane your neck down when you're on your laptop, and prevents you from feeling neck strain or getting tension headache. You could do the same thing with using a pile of books, and I actually did this for a little while before deciding to get the stand to level up my desk setup. Also on my desk is my Xiaomi desk lamp. This provides a nice touch of ambiance to my desk setup, and it provides good illumination for whenever I'm trying to study or do some homework at night and the lighting isn't the best. Not only does it look pretty nice and blends in with my desk setup being clean and minimal, but it's actually pretty functional. It's got a couple of extra features compared to typical desk lamps that you could get anywhere. So you can adjust the brightness of the lamps to being very bright and being quite dim. You can also change the color temperature from being a bit cooler to being a bit warmer, and I like the warmer side of the color temperature at night because it's easier on my eyes. You can actually control it with the app, and you can set schedules for it to turn on and to turn off, which is a pretty useful feature, and I also use it as a bit of an alarm in the morning. I also have my iPad on my desk setup. This is the 2019 10.2-inch iPad. It's got a bit of a dated design, but I don't really mind. It's pretty useful for note-taking in classes, doing a quick sketch, and also doing some past papers and studying. It's a great distraction-free device for me. I don't think it's a laptop replacement yet, just because of the friction it has in multitasking, and it's a bit annoying to use. It's a great side device for out on the go, and a great media consumption and note-taking device for me. Under my desk is my PowerMac G5. This is a beautiful piece of industrial engineering by Apple. It's got beautifully machined details and holes, beautiful piece of aluminium. I think it's one of Apple's best designs. There's no function for me apart from being a shrine to Apple. Being nearly 20 years old, it is very slow. One day I'd like to convert it into maybe a Hackintosh or maybe a PC, or chuck a Mac Mini in it. But I feel like Steve Jobs is gonna rise up from his grave to kill me because of that, and it's a bit sacrilegious. The desk that I use is the Ikea Linnmon table, and on one hand it is a very nice looking desk and it's very cheap. However, on the other hand, it isn't the most durable of a desk. I've owned it for about 2.5 years, and it's collected a lot of wear and tear, and it's not the best built. It's collected a lot of nicks and scuffs, especially where I rub my wrists on it, and I've managed to cover it up with Sharpie. It's not gonna last you a lifetime, and it's barely lasted this long. It's got a couple of deep scratches in it. And the desk desk is paired up with the Alex drawer unit. I strongly recommend investing into a good ergonomic chair if you spend a lot of your day at your desk, as they're far more comfortable and better for your back. A new addition to my desk setup is the chair. The chair that I use is the Herman Sayl. The design of this chair is very polarizing, with some people loving it and some people hating it. In my opinion, I really like the design of the Herman Sayl because it looks very modern and minimal, and it really matches my desk setup's aesthetic. In terms of the comfort of this chair, it's anything you'd expect from Herman Miller. It's very comfortable and has a bunch of adjustments. Although it isn't as comfortable as the Aeron or the Embody, it's very comfortable for its price, being well over half the price of those chairs at $500. I managed to cop this chair about 200 USD, and I was pretty lucky to purchase this a day before lockdown, and I've had the chance to test this chair for its paces, and I've sat in it pretty much 12 hours a day every day. I don't feel as much back pain anymore. And that concludes my desk setup for 2021. If you liked this video, you know what to do. Please comment, like, and subscribe, because I put a lot of effort into these videos. Please tell me down below any videos you'd like to see in the future about tech, photography, and productivity. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!